We've given you opportunities to talk, and you just said, no, I don't want to say anything.
I am newly single, and I have been single for 3 months, and I chose to leave the man. I was going to get married. He was perfect on paper, but I walked away.
Why?
Stupid.
Because I am very...
And this is why, like, yo, this is what I'm trying to say. Arranged marriages are a thing because women make bad decisions.
No, because I'm like you. I'm very picky and I know what I want. And it's like, although someone's maybe perfect for me on paper and yeah, he treats me like a princess and things like that, there's things that I need. And if that person doesn't have it...
You're 29.
Yeah, so
a lot of women value their happiness
Can you
forming
tell us what
connections.
the things were? I mean, I know it's like personal, but is there, can you be a bit specific, just out of interest?
Yeah, it's like... The person was a people pleaser.
What?
Like not just with me, but with like the family, his friends. It was like the people around him. He was just.
So he's a nice guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Can I?
This is fucking
That's not why I wanted him. No,
This
you know,
is
I was
crazy,
happy with
bro.
him.
I have a question for you guys. Can I ask a question?
I was very happy with him. I did not leave him for that reason.
But
So what's the reason?
He made some very rash decisions. Like he did something really stupid at one point. Like we're supposed to be getting engaged and married this year, and he suddenly goes and invests like so much money into some random business just because his friends convinced him to. I was not okay with that.
I want that for the ring instead.
Well, shouldn't you be supportive of his dreams?
Hold on. Did you talk to your parents about this or your brother or some shit?
Yeah, my family met him. Yeah.
And what did they tell you when you said, "I'm going to leave"? Was he Arab himself?
He was Pakistani. My brother is in support of me leaving him. But my mum is like kind of like, oh my God, you're 29, you need to get married.
No, your mom sees what it is.
She's panicking, but my brother's like, no,
because she knows the truth.
Someone better.
Well, your brother knows his friend, I guess.
And my brother's 17, and he.
What the? You don't know
He's
shit.
a kid.
Yeah, but he's very
His balls
switched
haven't
on.
even
He's a
dropped
kid.
yet. He don't know
You're
shit.
30 years old.
Nigga.
Bro. Hold on.
She went off a teenager.
29.
You let a kid tell you what
can't
to
even
do.
drink alcohol.
Yeah.
She listened to a minor about her
Committee
life.
drive. Oh, shit. I'm going to crush your car. Yo.
Shout out to my brother.
That's
Yo.
crazy.
What the fuck?
No, I know what I'm doing.
That nigga being off right now, and you over
I
here
know what
listening
I'm
to him.
doing.
What the fuck?
I know what I'm doing. He wasn't my husband. I know what I'm doing.
Yo.
And she values her happiness.
I value
over that.
myself so much. I have so much respect for myself.
question.
I bring so much to the table.
How long have you been together?
And I will meet my husband.
How long have you been together?
He wasn't that person.
How long have you been together?
I knew you were going to dump him. I just want you to know the past year I knew you were going to dump him.
Really?
Yeah, based on how you spoke about him, I knew. I already knew. Yeah, because...
We don't miss.
Yeah, it was because you valued... I could tell you liked his resources more than him by the way you spoke about him.
Damn.
I could tell he was like a rich...
So you are a gold
He seemed
digger.
like, if I'm guessing...
So you are
Well,
a
you
gold
left
digger.
him. You got a good heart then.
I could tell. No, sorry. That sounded really harsh. I didn't mean it to be. But
Yeah.
it sounded like when I heard you talk about him, I guessed rich dork. That's what I guessed.
You know what it is? It wasn't even that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm off. So I don't know. But that was just based on how you talked about him.
It was more so like he just lacked boundaries, and that's very important for me.
But the thing is, boundaries.
Yeah, you need a guy to tell you to shut up.
Boundaries.
Yo, put the fuck camera on me, man. That's why I tell you motherfuckers, bro. Women deserve less booking stores right now.
Yeah.
I tell you guys this shit all the time. They don't know what the fuck they want. You're
No,
a nice
I know what
guy.
I want.
You're be quiet. You're a nice guy. You make money. You're successful. Oh, I'm going to give you the world. All this other shit. You go ahead and you invest to make more money for the relationship, by the way. And girls get mad. Like, that got to be used in my engagement. And they break up with you. Bro, this is why I tell y'all, man. Be fucking... Have the frame, man. Have the frame. This example of a guy that's a pussy.
Boundary, but here's the thing.
He had no frame, and that's why she left him.
Boundaries are for guys. This is what I learned. Boundaries are for guys you don't really like.
What do you even mean by he didn't have boundaries?
No. He didn't have rules on her.
Yeah, I know.
She did whatever she wanted.
So
Is that how you mean? Is that how you
Okay.
mean it?
No, so he would never ever express he's like, he would never say, these are the rules. I don't want you doing this. I don't.
Yes.
So when I would
No
go
frame.
go and do something, he would hold it against me.
Fuck it, the red pills are dropping. The red pills are dropping from the sky,
Fuck, man.
He would bottle it up. He would bottle it up, and then one day, what he would do is he would try and get revenge on me. So, for example,
Passive aggressive.
Yeah, passive aggressive. So,
Feminine
for
trait.
example, I went to a place called Tramp here in London.
Oh my God.
Red flag.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
Hold on a second. For dinner, I went there for dinner. I did not go to party. I went with my friend for dinner, and I
went to the trap house to get medicine.
He knew I was out. I was speaking to him the whole night. I even sent him pictures of my lobster pasta, and he was like, oh, yeah, enjoy yourself, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, a few weeks later, like, I didn't say that I went to
paid for that
Tramp.
dinner?
My friend was on the phone to me, and
Who paid for the dinner?
Sorry?
Who paid for that dinner?
Me and I paid for myself. My friend paid for herself.
You went just with you and your girlfriend?
Me and my girl, yeah. And he knew.
Yeah,
'Cause
so what was the
he
issue
knows that friend because she always drops me home, and he knows, like, I'm okay with her.
So why did it become an issue then?
So, because I didn't say that I was specifically at Tramp. So he had a
Right.
problem with that for some reason. He was like, why didn't you say you was in Tramp? A week later, he decided to go to Paris randomly with his friends, didn't tell me, acted like he was in a country. And I'm like, things like that, you're just playing games. I don't mess with things like that. Like, be a man and say it with your chest in the start. Tell me I'm not okay with
And
you
these
going to these
issues
places.
either stay the same or
Don't
get
come
worse.
to me
They don't
2
get
weeks,
better.
3 weeks later, and then suddenly try and have revenge on me. I don't play like that. So I
was
broke
revenge.
up with him.
AKA, you don't like him. Period.
I don't
Bro.
get it. It was
Guys.
revenge to go to Paris.
No. Don't disrespect me like
this is
that.
actually a really good learning moment for the audience out there. This is an example of having money but still being a bitch, and you lose your girl. She only tolerated him because he had money.
Facts.
That's the only reason she tolerated him.
That's
what it
not
is.
true. That's not true. I cared about him, and he was an amazing person, and we were going to get married this year. Unfortunately, too many things.
If he didn't have the money, you wouldn't have been with him. You wouldn't have given him a
too
chance.
many things kept coming up, and I was like, I can't marry
If he
this
didn't have the
person.
money, you wouldn't have let it last as long as it did, bro. Like, come on, man.
But it is an important learning. It is an important learning moment, though.
It is a learning moment.
Of course.
Question.
Of course.
No, just quickly. It's an important
for
learning
guys
moment
out there to learn.
because guys, there are guys out there. Some guys think it's all about looks, right? But there's a big contingent of guys who think it's all about money.
Yes.
It's like if you've got money, that's it, you're sorted. And it's not true. It's not true.
That's
It's not
what
true
I've been
because
saying.
you need the
She'll tolerate you,
Yeah.
and then if you spend that money for the engagement, she'll break up with you.
But you've got to have the riz. So you've got to have the edge.
You gotta have
have
everything.
You've got to have everything. Exactly.
This is-
And notice she was following her path, not his path.
Yes.
You know what? The money that was supposed to be on the wedding, no, you know what? Fuck that. We're putting it toward our future for an investment. She said, you know what? Fuck that. It should be towards the wedding.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it was your path, not his path.
I don't want to be an asshole, but I said this in my book. Most women want to get married, but they don't want to be wives.
Yeah.
No, how about you say that's showing me that he's perhaps not making mature decisions and being quite reckless and maybe
made
putting
an
my life at risk.
investment.
Hold on.
He's putting my life at risk.
Stop. With all due respect, the guy had money when you met him, right?
Yeah.
So who the fuck are you to tell him how to invest?
Exactly. What
Exactly. Like, bro, get out of here, man.
What do you
It's
know?
at a time where we
you're
are
with a nigga that
about
has
to get
money.
married. There is a huge difference. I've spoken to guys who also agreed with me. They were like, yeah, it's the wrong timing.
Because here's the thing.
They're lying.
Dudes that
It's
got
the
money,
wrong time.
no. Dudes that got money, a lot of the times, like even the biggest simps will have some money somewhere else that you don't fucking know about. He might have had some money somewhere else. Maybe he had maybe some crypto shit, whatever.
You don't know.
If he made an investment like that and he made the money in the first place, trust me, he probably knew what he was doing. And I find it amazing how he has more money than you, more competent than you, more successful than you, but you're trying to dictate how we invest the money that he worked for and say, that was the good decision. When the reality is women are 80% of the consumer base and you guys control 3/4 of the debt. Y'all don't know how to spend no fucking money. Y'all are retards with money. No offense. Was the truth, objectively speaking. And I got the numbers
I
to show
can
me.
agree with that one.
Lobster pasta.
Don't spend my
But you
money
over here
well.
trying to tell a
It was
rich nigga how to
delicious.
invest his money. And you mad because he didn't spend it on a fucking wedding.
Lobster pasta.
At Trump as well. Come on.
Trump.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm gonna
Why
keep it
not?
1,000. You might want to get back with him, man.
He wants me back, and
If he's watching now, have you got
No. What I will say is, when we broke up, he was distraught, and I did say to him, if it's meant to be, we will actually find our way back.
You're controlling. That's
Yo.
the problem. That's your. No offense. I'm not.
I
Saying I'm
wouldn't go
perfect
back to
either,
him. You're not
but
going to respect him.
You can't.
And that's worse. You
You
might end
can't.
up abusing
You're never
him.
gonna like guys. You
Because
can
I know
control.
he's a good guy
You're
and he
never
has
gonna like
amazing
them.
qualities.
The problem
Like,
is,
I'm not blind.
You know
to
what it
that.
is?
Yeah.
He can't tell her no. So the problem is she's
Yeah,
leading
too.
the whole interaction.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't get her way, oh, you know what? Fuck this guy.
And here's the other thing too. Like
Yeah.
if you knew breaking up with him, he would be like, "Fuck this bitch. I'm blocking her. I'm never talking to her again." You wouldn't have left him. You know, you're leaving him because you're like, "Yo, I could probably do better." Because like right now you're like, okay,
She's leaving the door open.
You know what she did? This is what she did.
Yeah.
She basically left the casino up, and she was like, "You know what? I could make a little more. Okay, I'm going back in." And she went back in the casino, but she don't realize the casino's going to close in about an hour.
I have a question.
No, because I had better before him, and I chose him because I wanted.
Wait, you said
something
before.
different.
What also was going on
I
before?
had so many options before
Hold
him,
on.
and I didn't choose
Keyword
those
before.
people.
What happened before though?
What do you mean?
Like what you said before. That's a key word.
Like before I met him,
The other guys?
there was
No, you were younger back
many
then.
guys
You
to
were
choose
younger.
from.
Yeah, but you were younger.
Like
Oh.
what? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
But
Like,
are you saying like guys with money or something like this?
I had many options, and I
yeah,
chose
okay.
him because he was loyal, he was honest, he had all these amazing qualities. But it was when he started
29.
behaving like this and switching up and doing things like this, I was like, I can't marry this guy. This is
You know
scary.
what I want to tell you something I noticed. Whenever women use the traits that you just said, like loyal, on like the stuff that you just said, they always dump them. Like I've just noticed that the past.
But the
couple of
intention was
years.
not to dump him. The
Always.
You
intention
sound
was
like
to
you-
No, but
marry
it doesn't.
him.
It doesn't.
sound
It
like you
doesn't.
pity him.
It doesn't.
You
It
sound like
doesn't.
you pity
It
him.
doesn't. It doesn't matter what your intention. Like men don't care about your intentions.
That's it.
They don't care. They look at what you do. And so if you're listing like he's loyal, he's honest, he's this, men are going to hear that and say, oh well, if I'm loyal and honest and this to her, then she's gonna dump me too.
I mean, they're kind of not seductive. With all due respect, they're kind of anti-seductive qualities in a sense. Because if you think about the archetypal bad boy that women supposedly want, right? The James Bond, the Daniel Craig, is he loyal? Is he nurturing? Is he all of
I
those
chose
things?
him
No, it's
because
kind of
he
the
didn't
opposite.
have those things.
Right,
Okay.
but what gives you the tingles?
Was there a
Or
cheater
what gives-
before?
Troy.
I feel like there. I
Troy.
feel like there was a cheater before him.
You know what's funny?
I have a
Yo,
feeling.
Troy.
No, actually, never been with a
Yo, yo.
cheater. Never
Yo, yo,
even
yo.
been without many
Douchebag.
guys.
Real quick.
Asshole.
Troy,
No one-
she had fun with the guys that were fun, exciting,
Yeah.
bad boys.
Yeah.
And so you know what? I'm getting older.
Yeah,
Time to
so
settle
now-
down. I'm gonna find a guy's loyal.
Mm.
They gotta take care of me, and is somewhat nice to me.
Yeah.
So she chose this guy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a nice guy with money doesn't mean frame. So by
Exactly,
default,
yeah.
she stayed in the game for a little bit. Oh, you know what? He's choosing money and
Have a
business
last
over me.
hurrah. Have a last
I'm
hurrah.
out. I'm out.
We're happier with a guy that cheats than a guy that's safe.
I don't know.
No.
And that's and I know maybe you can say no, and I get it. I used to say no, that's not true. But it's I just look at what we do.
I think
It's
it's more in the
subconsciously,
middle, you
is
know.
it?
I feel
It's-
like it's just the way someone
it's just-
behaves. Like I want someone who's like
I've just
you said,
I've
needs to be
I've
respected.
interviewed
Yes, he
I've
respects
interviewed
himself.
okay.
Women
And he
don't
doesn't have
women don't
boundaries.
respect loyal men. They don't.
Yeah.
Because when I'm loyal to you, especially sexually, what that basically says is I can only get sex from you, and therefore I am victim to whatever you want. Just like the guy that was sexless. You need to know that you could be replaced at any time. That's the only thing women respect.
So would you cheat on your spouse then?
Yes, 100%.
I don't know. You know what?
Fuck.
You know.
Why am I? Yo, you think I'm gonna be like rise up and do all this shit to fuck one bitch? Are y'all
No.
crazy?
And I want to tell you something. I'm going to
The
tell
hell?
you something.
So would you
No,
would you
no.
get married then?
Huh?
Would you get married then?
Marriage is a scam. If I was to
Okay.
get married, I wouldn't
Well,
do it with the
fair
state.
enough. I respect guys like you then, who could
I would do
say
it
it.
if I was to get married. I
Okay.
wouldn't do it with the state.
Sorry.
I'd do it religiously only.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it with the state involved. Yeah, I mean that's a whole other conversation.
Okay.
But I don't
but
think
I respect
men.
guys like you who can just outright
No,
say,
But
this is what I'm about.
But this is how most
it's the
men think, though.
But it's the men that don't say it. That's the problem.
But you should have common sense to know that's how they're going to move anyway.
But religiously,
And
isn't
hold
it
on, matter of
haram?
fact, your culture has common sense enough to know that men are going to do it,
Yes.
and it's been that way for centuries. So why do you think men are going to change now?
Yeah, but then the men in my culture, they're not dishonest about it. In some case, in a lot of cases, they're not dishonest about
whether
it.
they're dishonest about it or not is irrelevant if you know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. Well,
If I tell you it's raining outside and I give you an umbrella, but it doesn't rain and it's sunshine, fantastic. But isn't it good to have that umbrella so you can put it out when the rain comes? Because you know it's going to come.
What's that? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah,
what's
I
that
know,
got to do?
'cause women
but
lack,
no, but what's that
critical
got to do
thinking
with
skills.
our? With
If
the,
I
with the
tell you
situation?
that all
said
men
that
are going
when
to
I-
cheat in general,
These people.
okay,
'Cause I'm
most
a
men are
woman.
going to cheat in general. Your culture actually braced you for this.
Why are you talking
Right?
about umbrellas?
Rihanna, get it? Rihanna, bro. Umbrella.
Under my
the song?
umbrella. That makes sense. See, Fresh, you're smart. I
Thank
like
you.
you.
Thank
you are
you.
smart.
Do you
I don't like you so
understand
much.
an analogy?
Oh, the same way I tried to do analogies and you call me stupid. Sorry, my bad. I forgot.
You didn't make an analogy.
I did make various analogies.
You didn't make any analogies that made sense.
Sorry, my bad.
So what I'm saying is that your own culture told you what I just said. If most men and a balance of probabilities are going to cheat, you should probably just accept it. And you even said it yourself. Like,
Do you think
we've
that's
been
the
taught
right
this.
thing to do, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I absolutely
So you're
think...
at risk of spreading STIs, causing emotional damage in multiple households.
Okay, women always use the
having
STI
kids
argument.
out of wedlock
Condoms
and
pretty
all
much,
of that, you know.
condoms pretty much
It can
destroy that,
happen.
right? Guys shouldn't be idiots. Like, obviously, don't fucking, you should get tested and everything else like that. Or have sex with your girl with condom. How about that? That works too, actually. So no one wants to do that, but you could do that as well. Girls always want to use the STI example, which is a retarded example. What I'm saying is this. I don't want more women to do, because with all due respect, what you did was very dumb. You're with a successful guy that has money, that loved you and treated you well, and you broke up with him over him not spending money or engagement, which is ridiculous to me. But the problem is that women are delusional, right? What I mean by they'll have a good guy in front of them and they'll think, I could do better. The grass green on the other side. Or, I think I want this guy that's 6'5", that's attractive and makes money. He's only going to be loyal to me.
Men think like that too, though.
How?
If they're, for example, look,
We can't be delusional like y'all. We can't. Remember the example I gave you earlier? I'm a fucking loser. I don't make no money. I'm fat. I'm not going to get no bitches.
But you guys want like.
But you could be fat and retarded as a female and still get invited on a yacht.
And I want to say what he was saying about men not being loyal. I'll tell you, like 3 years ago, again, I thought they were crazy because I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, I do this show and I'll interview guys that'll argue with me like vehemently. They'll say like, cheating is so wrong. Cheating is so wrong. It is so wrong. It is so wrong. Like, and they all cheat. Like even the guys that'll get on these podcasts and argue so vehemently that it is wrong, they always have something. I don't want to.
I got one. I'm going to give. If there's one thing you
no,
ladies
maybe.
are going to take from this podcast from me, because I've probably triggered you and you don't like it, that's fine. I'll give you one thing. If you're with a guy that you like, admire, and respect, and he does everything else right, and he fucks a bitch every now and then, and you leave him, you're a fucking dumbass. You're a real big dumbass. Especially if you're picky. Because chances are you're not going to find that guy again.
Exactly.
And then let's say you find another guy, you got to do the same shit.
I think you know what I said about cheating respectfully and disrespectfully. I think that also comes into play. If you've got the woman there, you do it every now and again. She doesn't come into contact with the wife, not trying to cause havoc in the relationship.
You know what you guys should
not
do?
fine, but
You guys should be
get it.
intelligent. My chick, she's smart. She gets it. Oh,
So you're in a relationship.
yes. Open on my end only.
Oh my.
Open on my end only. That's the only way it goes, baby. That's
Fine.
how it is.
Okay.
Men lead, women follow.
But you said you were rich, so you kind of you give her.
That's not just it. She was just with a rich dude. He was a bitch. So, like, no offense.
No, he was not. That's not fair.
You just said he couldn't stand on boundaries.
Can I ask you a question,
That's the
sir?
definition of being a bitch.
Guys,
If you're not rich-
can we just
If you're not rich, could you have made that
wait,
request
So
wait,
wait,
of
wait,
your
wait.
girl?
look, it's not just about having money, because if I just had money, she'll walk
Yeah.
all over me. It's about saying, this is how it is. You want to be with me, this is how it is.
I guarantee
And
she's
guess
not
what?
okay with it. Deep down, she's
Would-
not okay
No,
with
she
it.
accepts it because she knows this is
'Cause
what
you're
comes with the
rich.
territory.
That's it.
If I was just rich, she would be like, she would probably have some rules for me.
because you're rich, so that's how
That's
you
a
can make these
component.
things,
I'm not going
right?
to sit here and be
So
delusional.
not
That's
every
absolutely a
guy can
component.
be thinking like that. So basically, you're saying that men will cheat. If you're talking to an average man that doesn't necessarily provide enough to even blind his girl, then he's fucked.
Exactly.
And it's kind of irresponsible to kind of say these things. 'Cause you're rich,
99% of
innit?
men.
You're high value, so
Okay,
you can
look.
afford to do that.
99% of men want to have multiple women. It's just that they don't have the sexual market value to do it. And sexual market value encompasses many things. There's
Right.
rich guys that can barely pull it off. Or they got to pay escorts, or they got to sneak around. I'm not sneaking around in my own fucking house. My girl, my girl don't talk back to me. Like this whole situation, argue. There's no arguments. This is how it is. She packs my fucking condoms when I travel. That's how real it is.
I feel
Yeah.
sorry for her
Yeah.
still.
And here's the thing. No.
I
She lives
do.
a great fucking life, and she's a beautiful girl. She's hotter than all the girls here. No offense.
That's
right?
fine.
But what I'm trying to explain to you ladies is if you got a guy that checks off all the boxes, you got to
found yourself a real
You
gold
got to
digger.
pay the
That's nice.
price. You got to
I'm
pay the
proud of
price for that man checking all those boxes. He didn't check all those boxes off to just fuck
Would
you.
you say your girlfriend's a gold digger?
Yeah, she is.
They all are to a degree, of course.
Okay.
Yours
I'm
is
glad you could be
guys,
honest.
Guys, can
They
we
all are
just
to a degree.
stop
But here's the
having-
thing. But she's intelligent enough to understand if I want to deal with this kind of guy, it comes with these kinds of problems.
Okay.
So what's better? You
Fair
want to
enough,
be
yep.
with a brokey that might cheat on you anyway, or a guy that has money but is a simp and can't enforce boundaries, so you're not sexually aroused by
Yeah,
him.
but then between brokey and rich, there's so much in between. So
Guys,
like, I
how
wouldn't want to
many-
be with a
Janelle,
man like you, for
how many-
example. Not because you're not good looking, you're very attractive and this and that. And I know you can say that you wouldn't want to be with a woman like me, right? That's fine. You're entitled to your choice. I'm entitled to mine. I actually think that your success makes you look like an asshole, and that doesn't look
Fantastic.
attractive to me. Whereas I'm going to then go on the other side. Whereas Fresh, he's been sitting there being much more. No,
She's raising up fresh. She's raising up fresh now.
No, I'm just
Here we go. Here we go.
comparing and contrasting.
Fresh, are you interested?
Listen,
Do
I'm
you
just
wanna-
comparing and contrasting. Listen, I'm just comparing.
What are you doing after the show, Fresh?
Listen,
Do you want to? We could do the. She could be your first date on
can
The
I finish?
Bachelor.
No, I'm just explaining. This is not. Listen, and I know that this is nothing personal. I'm just telling you from my impression of you. The same way you have an impression of me being masculine, I have an impression of you that you come across more like an asshole. And you're both rich, I'm guessing.
what
'cause
girls
it's
like.
Fresh. Listen, wait. I know that he's fresh and fit, so you both of you make good money. I can see both of your bezels. You're doing all right, but he doesn't need to be an like outspoken asshole just because he's rich. Whereas you come across as that. So, for example, for me, I can be with a successful man.
I just told the truth.
No, but that's okay. He can talk the truth as well, but he doesn't need to talk like you.
Can we?
See,
What?
see, you know what's funny? He's telling you the truth. You know what I'm gonna do? Light her ass. Light her ass. I'm a light from the start to the end. But you would never know that. He's being honest though.
Can
But
we?
listen,
I'm telling you how men think.
That's okay.
And you don't like it.
But that's okay. For me, you can think whatever you think, but I prefer that to that.
He thinks just like me.
That's okay, but I prefer this attitude to that.
But no.
The same way that
Yo.
every girl thinks the same, and you prefer
Yo.
a girl that's more quiet
But
than me.
this is
Simple.
why women can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Because honestly speaking, they want to be lied to.
No,
And
I
can
just
we
like to be. I just like
Can
to
we
make it
just
pleasant.
stop?
It's
Can we
fine.
just stop capping
Bruh,
this chick?
this
I
is
get what you're saying,
crazy,
but
I'm saying?
they want to be lied to, bro. They want to be lied
Yeah,
to.
they
I
want to be
just
lied
want to be
to.
Can we?
pleasant.
Can
Wanna
we
be lied
just
to.
stop? Can we just stop capping as chicks?
'Cause I like
how
to men.
many? How many guys in your life have you really, really, really liked? Like really, 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 really liked?
Might come across twice a
One-
lifetime.
Yeah, 1, 2, maybe, if that. You would have
Can't even
accepted
think of
it.
one,
There's
to be honest.
You can't think of one.
Oh, God damn.
I literally never
shit
liked
crazy.
anyone properly. I think I'm so picky.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So even the. You
Okay,
know,
but
Like,
okay,
I've
okay,
never
okay,
liked,
okay,
like, wow.
dial on, but everyone else,
Wow.
right?
Look, I just
be
told you
honest.
guys. I just gave you guys the formula for success. If you want to be with a super hyper attractive guy that's hyper masculine, etc., you don't have any say. He's gonna do what he wants to do. Obviously, you're gonna be protected and provided for because that's what guys that are super masculine do, right? But you got to deal with masculine problems, successful guy problems. It is what it is.
That's okay. He
I
doesn't
wa-
need to prove a point.
I want to
Fine.
ask a question
hype up.
because I do feel like you guys have a ton of insight. How
Yeah.
many women have you interviewed by now?
Over 2,500. We're pushing on 3K now.
Yeah,
I think like 27, 2,800
3K.
last time I checked.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many would you say? Like,
And y'all all say the same thing. No offense.
and how many would you say high value men? Do you know?
A lot.
Like just ballpark it.
Like, I mean, in the grand scheme of men, or like we know a good amount, but obviously our own personal anecdotal experience is like limited, right?